The Secret Journal. For Layla, the world often felt a little too loud and a little too fast. While others seemed to breeze through their days, Layla felt like she was carrying an invisible backpack full of heavy stones. Each stone was a worry, a math test, a misunderstood comment, or just the strange, fluttering tightness that lived in her chest for no reason at all. To keep the stones from crushing her, she turned to her desk every night. Her journal was a midnight blue book with silver stars on the cover. Inside, the pages weren't just paper, they were a safe harbor. Layla poured the ink shadows of her mind onto the lines. She wrote about the days she felt like a ghost, the fear that she wasn't brave enough, and the secret hope that one day, the fluttering in her chest would turn into wings. In the journal, she didn't have to be perfect. She just had to be honest. Layla's younger sister, Nadia, was the polar opposite of a quiet journal. Nadia was a whirlwind of bright colors, loud songs, and sudden bursts of energy. She didn't understand why Layla spent so much time alone in her room. To Nadia, secrets were things you shouted from the top of the stairs, and anxiety was just a big word she hadn't learned in school yet. She often bounced at the edge of Layla's doorway, waiting for an invitation that rarely came. One Tuesday, the fluttering in Layla's chest felt more like a storm. She had been writing frantically before school, trying to catch her breath on the page. When the bus honked outside, she jumped up, grabbing her backpack and racing out the door. In her rush, the midnight blue journal remained on her rumpled bed, its pages splayed open like a bird trying to fly. Later that morning, Nadia went looking for her favorite blue headband. She knew Layla sometimes borrowed it, so she crept into her sister's room. The room smelled of lavender and old paper. As she scanned the bed, her eyes caught the open book. Nadia knew she shouldn't look, but the words, "I am afraid," were written in big, bold letters at the top of the page. Curiosity, fueled by a sister's love, won the battle. Nadia sat on the edge of the bed and read. She read about the heavy stones Layla carried. She read about the times Layla wanted to cry in class, but didn't want anyone to see. Nadia's heart began to ache. She had always thought Layla was just quiet or serious. She never realized that her big sister was fighting a silent battle every single day just to keep smiling. When the school bus dropped Layla off that afternoon, she felt exhausted. She walked up the stairs, heading straight for her sanctuary. But when she opened her door, her heart stopped. There was Nadia, sitting on her bed, holding the midnight blue journal. The secret was out. The walls Layla had built to protect herself felt like they were crumbling into dust. Layla waited for the teasing. She waited for Nadia to laugh or ask why she was being so dramatic. She braced herself for the embarrassment that usually came with being seen, but Nadia didn't laugh. She looked up from the pages, her eyes shimmering with tears that hadn't fallen yet. She closed the book gently, as if it were made of glass. Before Layla could say a word, Nadia scrambled off the bed and threw her arms around Layla's waist. She squeezed so hard that the stones in Layla's invisible backpack felt a little lighter. "I didn't know, Layla," Nadia whispered into her sweater. "You're the bravest person I know. I'm so proud of how strong you are." Layla felt a sob catch in her throat. But this time, it wasn't a stone. It was relief. That evening, the bedroom door stayed open. Layla and Nadia sat on the floor, the midnight blue journal resting between them. Layla talked, and Nadia listened. Layla realized that showing someone your shadows doesn't make the world darker. It lets the light in. Vulnerability wasn't a crack in her armor. It was the bridge that finally brought her sister home.